AM 1380 WLRN Blues, Southern Soul, and more. It is Talk to Me with Greg Peters on a Tuesday, and we have a special show today. Kia Robinson has come back to be with me on this wonderful Tuesday. How you doing, Kia?
Hey, Greg. Good afternoon. How are you?
I am doing fine on this Tuesday afternoon. What do we have on our show today?
Well, you know, we never usually talk on a Tuesday. We're Monday, Wednesday, Friday for entertainment, but today we have a very special show. We are doing an interview. Today we have on the line Miss Stephanie Knox Patterson, the owner and operator of Mama E's Restaurant. Many of you know we discussed this yesterday.
Yes.
This big Oklahoma City issue that's gone viral with a girl, I'll set it up, finding a bug in her food. The conversation didn't go as planned, and now Stephanie they had a few ups and downs. We'll let her have a chance to explain. So, Stephanie, welcome to the show. How are you doing?
I'm good. Awesome. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you. Okay, let's start. You haven't had a chance to really clear your name, and I know this thing has gone viral, and it's basically like everyone had an opinion, and still a lot of people, you know, it's gotten away from the whole bug issue, and it's gotten into that. If it would start, first of all, with what happened? Let's hear your side of how did this whole thing start?
Well, the young lady came into my establishment, and she purchased a 3-meat combo meal and like a couple of sweet potato pies and some vanilla pudding. Probably was getting hungry as we were conversating, but yeah, and bought a Kool-Aid, and so her stuff was like $33, and I guess she proceeded to take it home and feed it with her family. I'm not sure how that went, but she came back to my establishment probably like 3 hours later, and she brought back, a bowl of yam. She, pulled us to the side and pulled someone to the side and told her that, she had this bug in her food. And so when they brought it to my attention, I opened up the lid and I saw the bug just sitting there, and I said, what is this? And she said, oh, my son found this in the yams. And I said, oh my, and I was looking at it, clearly it wasn't a roach, so I was trying to be, my mind caught says, what is this? So I said, well, oh, okay. I said, well, she said, and I want to get my money back. And I said, well, I can give you a refund for the yams. I said, I said, where's the rest of the food? And she said, I threw that away. And I said, oh, okay. I said, well, I can give you a refund for the yams. She said, no, I want all my, $33 back. And I said, well, I need the food. And so she said, well, I threw it away. And I was not going to argue with her. I just went to my register and I gave her $18. I gave her half of the money. She spent $33. I gave her $18.
Okay.
And so then she left my establishment. She went outside, and some people that were coming in, some customers, and she was, outside telling them, don't go in there and patronize, blah, blah, blah. And so of course, they came on in. They were like, well, some lady out there, telling us not to come here, but we want to speak. I said, we heard to have some good food, so we're here to, eat or whatever. And so they bought some food, and they took theirs out also. But anyway, and after that, I received a inbox message from one of my Facebook friends saying, it's something on Facebook about Mama E's had this lady found a bug in her yams, and I'm like, what? But the young lady had already posted it before she came up here, and of course you've probably seen all the stuff where people are like, well, when she put it on there, people are like, well, did you go up there and try to make it right? I'm on my way up there now, so she had already posted before she came. But and I didn't have any clue about that, but yeah, so I don't know where the bug came from. She was gone from my establishment for 3 hours, so I'm not sure what that was on that end, but yeah, that's kind of basically how it went down.
Okay, so I have 2 questions, because that is crazy. See, from the way it was written, I thought she was still at the restaurant.
Right. The way it was written, I thought that she was still at the restaurant.
At the restaurant. So she got the food to go. And she was gone from the establishment for 3 hours. And then came back with a bug. Yeah, that sounds a little... That makes it a little bit different. It's kind of like you can do anything in the course of 3 hours and get anything from anybody.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a lot. So that looks a little suspect. Number 2, you had a restaurant where you serve Kool-Aid. Now that's interesting. That's crazy. I like that. What kind of Kool-Aid do you serve?
Oh, we have several flavors. Oh my goodness. Of course, red. It doesn't have a flavor.
Yeah, red.
We have the red Kool-Aid and different. We have the cherry and. The raspberry flavors, just different flavors. It's just something that people love to get. I'm seeing it on the Food Network show. And that's what's kind of hurt me in this, that, me and my husband have put blood, sweat, and tears in this restaurant. We've been established for 13 years, and it's been very hard to run a restaurant. That's the very first thing that closes down in America. When you try to start a restaurant, you got to really have a good product. And,
you really do.
We don't have the best good-looking building, but you can't never judge a book by its cover because we do have really great food to serve. And, we're excited that we are in this community. Yes, do we sometimes wish we were on another side of town because of how our establishment looks or because we're located in the middle of a neighborhood. It's kind of like with a lot of high traffic volume. So that's kind of what me and my husband struggle with. Like, man, we wish we could be on 23rd or, somewhere with more traffic flow. But, God has ordained our customers from it being on a couple of the shows. And so it really launched our business out to the world. People come from all over. So I just hate that this is going down like this. Very hurtful to things that they're saying. It's hurtful to the core.
Well, Miss Stephanie, one thing about it, when you have a business, that's homemade, like what you and your husband have built up, it becomes a part of the community, and people like the food.
Right.
And here in Memphis, where we're from, we have a lot of, you can call them mom and pop restaurants or whatever you want to call them. They're good. They have good food. They've been in business for many years, and people know the food is good, and people, they come back again and again and again and again. You can't let, one situation ruin the whole thing. And one thing about it, you guys, if you've been on the Food Network, you definitely got some good food. That's for sure.
Do you believe the girl actually found a roach in her food from your restaurant? Or do you believe she put it in there, like you stated in the Facebook post?
I mean, I'm not sure where it wasn't a roach. I mean, if anybody looked, I don't know who put it in there. If it came from, I don't know, ma'am. I don't know. Like I said, she was gone from my establishment for 3 hours. You can do anything to your food, or anything can happen in 3 hours. I'm not sure where the food was transferred to.
Now you say she was in your establishment for 3 hours. Was she sitting down eating, or because nobody would?
No, she just came to get the dog. She left with her food.
Okay.
She came back 3 hours later and stated she found something in there, which is, that's kind of suspect too. Okay. Now, in your Facebook post, you stated something to the effect of your restaurant is patronized 20% black and 80% white, and it's not the 20% of the black people that are paying as much attention. And I think that's one of the things that got a lot of people's interest or got them upset. Do you want to clarify anything about that?
Well, out of anger, I did make those comparisons, and I'm ashamed to have to say that. By me being a woman of God, me and my husband, we are leaders in our community, and I am a pastor's wife. Seeing someone post something on Facebook coming for your business or your livelihood, yes, it took me to a place where I reacted, and I shouldn't have did that. It was wrong. It was very immature, very unprofessional, and the comparisons, no, they are definitely not true. It was just making a jab at the young lady, like I felt like her post was doing to me. That's entirely, because I don't have a clue on who. I know we probably had maybe half and half. It might be a little, it might be half and half. Half white, half black, yeah. Because we have a lot of tourists that come to our restaurant. So the comparison, that was exaggerated. But basically, really what I was saying was, if you read the post, I said we have the 80% that come, they come to eat for an experience. And I'm not saying that blacks don't come to eat for an experience, but we want a lot for our money. And you get a lot here at Mommy's. That's why we do have loyal customers, and people love to come to Mommy's, because we give you a lot of portion of food. That's just kind of what we're known for.
I'm gonna have to come up there in Oklahoma and get me a big old country place.
Wait, for $33, I hope they give you a lot. How many meals was that for $33? What did she get?
Well, she had a three-meat combo. So she had neck bones and baked chicken and dressing, and she had the chicken fried steaks, and I don't know what her other sides were. And of course, she had the yam. And then, me and my husband, we weren't here. We came when she came to bring back her food.
Oh, okay.
I was at home doing hair. I'm a hairstylist. And so when I was coming, I just, I had to be here to have to get ready to take care of her situation. And I didn't want to do any kind of arguing. I don't want to argue with the customer. The customer is always right. So I gave her $18 for the side of yams, and she wanted all of it back, but you didn't give me anything to work with. You know what I'm saying? You told me you threw away the food. Now, when you buy something and something's wrong, you instantly, you hot, you making a phone call while you driving back to the place, and you taking everything. That's just, that's how we do it. But she didn't bring anything for me to work with, but just a side of yams, and then it had this little wheat and waffle or whatever. I don't know what it was in the yams.
I think you did a great thing, Miss Stephanie, with your business, because mom and pop business or small businesses in Memphis wouldn't have gave her anything back. Even most national chains like KFC and your chicken restaurants, they wouldn't have gave her a dime back, not one dime.
Compare her to a Memphis restaurant. We know they wouldn't have given her
right. They wouldn't have gave her nothing. So yeah, so you definitely was working with her.
Well,
yeah.
Okay. Wait, Stephanie. Okay, so question. Do you feel that the black people that come to your restaurant generally want more or less, generally ask for a little bit more? Like I know you mentioned they might get one meal and split it 4 ways. Have you seen that more in the black community, or was that something out of Baker?
And let me clear that up, because when the young lady said that, I believe she was just saying that, like, you know, a lot of people had to eat off of this meal, but clearly on Facebook, if you go on her post, she's saying, or your information, I didn't, when I made the jab at her, she wanted to clear it up. I didn't take that food to my family. I ate all of that by myself. Well, see, yeah.
She must have been awfully greedy.
Like $30. Oh my God! And she's a beautiful young lady. She's very pretty, and she did not get out of line. She was not irate or anything. But it's just her posting that on Facebook without giving me a chance to even make it right. That's kind of where I was angry at.
Now, Miss Stephanie, I want to ask you. I want to ask you a question. Okay, in the event that she came back to your restaurant again, would you serve her?
Well, of course, and I've reached out to her. I've just messaged her, and I've apologized to her again. I told her, you know, please let us make this right. I'm willing to give you the rest of your money that maybe we did not handle that right, and if she would just give us another chance, we would love to
fantastic.
Give her the rest of her money and give her another meal in the future. But I haven't heard anything back from her, so I sent it to Olive Branch, but she hasn't responded.
Have you made any public statement or public apology?
I made an apology. Y'all haven't seen that? Yes, I made an apology to Oklahoma City, and of course they really.
I did see it. I thought actually I wanted everybody else.
Yeah, and that was very hard to do. Like again, me and my husband are leaders. To be a pastor's wife, I wear a lot of titles. I'm a hairstylist. I'm a pastor's wife. Then I'm here at the restaurant. It's just a lot on me. And then the young lady called us in a 21-day fast. Yesterday was my 4th day on Saturday, and I'm telling you, when I say I had not consumed any food in 4 days, I was so irritated.
Yeah,
oh my God.
I can imagine.
And, I mean,
I act up after missing 1 meal. I get it, so I understand that part.
I mean, I would serve her again. Yes, she's welcome to come back to Mama E's. I mean,
that
I
is
just
so.
hate that you put that on
That's cool.
Facebook without making it right with us first.
Hey, where do we go? Where do we go from here? Like, okay, everybody's all in a tizzy. They're all in an uproar. They're saying Stephanie made that statement. She doesn't care about black people. This is what she gets. She messed up. Where can we go from here? What would you like to do? What can you do? Where do we go?
Me and my husband have always been we crying out for more of our black customers to support Mama E's. Of course, because I'm thinking because I'm a black-owned business, I should only have black. That's the mindset I went into it when we opened up our restaurant. But of course, we can't make a living off of this. We have to have a diversity of people that come in to support this business. For like maybe 10 years, we were barely making a profit because we used to give away so much stuff. We would give a free Kool-Aid, a free dessert, and an all-you-can-eat salad bar, and then plus your food. And so when we were on the Food Network, the gentleman, Robert Irvine, he was like, your profit is walking out the door every time your customer walks out because you all are giving away stuff. So when we start selling desserts and selling the drink, our revenue probably tripled. And we're doing that because we were trying to cater to the black community. We were taking a loss for years. We were just really basically sitting on a restaurant just to chill and kick it with the community.
Wow,
yes,
that's
exactly.
incredible.
And so, people don't have a clue on what's going on behind the scenes of being a business owner. But yeah, we were trying to do that to attract and to keep our black customers because we would just overload them with food. And just, you can eat all the salad bar you want. You got free Kool-Aid, all you can drink pop. And then we gave you the meat choices with 3 sides. We don't give you 2 sides. We give you 3 sides. We have chitlins, pig feet, meatloaf, you name it, chicken. We have all of that. We cook from the soul. This is the real deal here at Mama E's. I really hate that happened, and I just hate the way that I responded and reacted. It's just not the cool thing to do. And of course, I'm not a racist. I'm black. Right. I'm black. And I'm not at no place where I'm thinking I'm bougie or nothing. No, I'm an entrepreneur that have to wake up every day and believe God to send the people in. Do I want more blacks? Yes. I want more of the black people to come into our establishment. If I can share this with you all, when me and my husband were just coming up here, probably an hour ago, there was 2 young guys that was walking by, and so I stopped them. And I said, excuse me, I said, can I ask y'all a question? And they said, yes. And I said, have y'all ever ate here at Mama E's? And they was like, no. And I said, well, can I ask y'all a question? I said, why? And this is their response. They said, well, no. They just shrugged their shoulders. And so I said, come on, y'all can tell me why y'all having a year. He said, well, hey, ain't y'all for like $10 and up? And so I said, yeah. I said, we have some meals. He said, what's the cheapest meal I got? I said, probably like $8. He said, oh, I might come and check you out. And so I said, okay, well, we would love to have you. Now, see, that right there, that's what I had been trying to cater to for years. Right. But I was not making any kind of profit.
Right.
Yeah, I have to have another diversity.
Isn't it funny, Miss Stephanie, you know, and even with AM 1380 WLRM being a black radio station, black owned, and we've been in business 3 years now, sometimes you have the clients or the clientele or the customers, they want to try to get the cheapest thing to find.
Right.
They want they want to get all they can get for nothing. In other words, they want something for nothing, so to speak. So you're going to run into that, you know. It's just the way of business, you know, way of life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stephanie, how is business today after all of that happened?
Reopen on tomorrow.
So you'll know. Okay, so you'll know when everything is going on. Okay.
Yeah, we'll reopen on tomorrow. But I do know on my Facebook page, I've had a bunch of, it's like harassers on my Facebook page, on my Mama E's page, and there, our rating was like at a 4.6 out of 5 stars, and now it's at like a 1.7 or something. But I've had a bunch of our Caucasian customers inboxing me and saying something is going on the Mama E's page. I believe you have some harassers on here. We've reported it. I mean, probably maybe 20 to 30 people have told me they've reported that they're seeing something drastically going wrong on the Mama E's page. And so I'm just like, well, I didn't know how you could report it, but clearly someone can see from overnight our rating went from 4.6 to, it's like matching up with the one star. And these are people that have not even frequented restaurants.
For the most part, I think you're going to be okay. It's just a phase that you go through sometimes, you know, when you have, you know, the ups and downs of business. But for the most part, I think you guys are going to be just fine.
Stephanie, have you talked to your staff that was allegedly rude to the young lady when you and your husband weren't there, but she was saying the staff did not handle things properly and they were rude? Have you talked to them about customer service training moving forward?
Yes, we have. You have
some meetings since then, I'm sure.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Yeah, these are lessons that, I mean, of course, that's the first thing, and we want them to be able to know what to do, exactly what we would do. And that's, I need them to make sure they know what they do on that end. And they would have probably gave her money back. They probably would have gave her half like I did. Now, my husband, he was like, no, she's not getting anything back because where's the food? And I'm like, just let's get her the money. Like I said, he went Memphis style.
Of course.
Like I said, I think I think the best thing is the customer's right. Give them the money, keep everybody happy, keep your ratings high.
Right.
You know, you live and you learn.
Right. Yes, ma'am.
I know, Stephanie. Well, keep your head up, and thank you so much for talking to us today. Greg, do you have any more questions for Stephanie?
No, I just think that you got, you know, it's just one of those things that you go through when you're black business. But one thing about it, I mean, if you keep on cooking that good food and keep on giving them good portions out, hey, they'll keep it coming. I think you guys are going to be just fine.
Yes, we are. Appreciate that.
Give everybody your address.
We're at 3838 Spring Lake Drive. That's one word, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma.
Well, Kia is a graduate of Langston, and I went there a little bit, so we're very familiar with the Oklahoma City area, and we just want you guys to keep on doing a great job and everything. Ladies and gentlemen, on the show today, Miss Stephanie from Mama E's Soul Food Restaurant in Oklahoma City, and I think you're going to be all right. It's just one of those phases that you just go through when you have your own business.
Yes.
All right. Take care.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Stephanie.
We'll be right back on Talk to Me with Greg Peters on AM 1380 WLRM Blues, Southern Soul and more. Southern Soul.